Morning, everybody. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, February 14th, 8:25 a.m. Huge news coming up. We got some huge news coming up. Um, let's see what we got going on here. At 8:25 a.m. At 8:30 a.m. We got that huge CPI news coming. So, really have to see what happens. We can look at the calendar here. I mean, economic calendar to see what we're expecting here. So let's see. We have core CPI month over month, previous zero point 0.4, expected zero point 0.4. Core CPI year over year, previous 5.7, expecting 5.5. CPI year over year, expecting 6.2, previous was 6.4, and CPI month over month, forecasting zero point 0.5, previous 0.1. So we're expecting a rise month over month. So it'll be interesting how this all plays out. If we come in line, what does the market do? Obviously, if we come under with the forecast, where the market's going to should rip higher. If we come hotter, the market should rip lower. Really have to wait and see. We got that coming up 8:30. So watch list. I mean, let's see here. We got Bitcoin's up 0.64, VIX slightly up, bonds being bought, 30-year bonds, Nasdaq's up 0.33, ES up 0.30. What else? We have Dow's slightly up, Russell's up, dollar is down, TNX is down, crude is down 1.46. Looks like they released some, sold some from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So crude's at a crucial area. So just looking at my daily chart here, trying out a little new candlestick. Hopefully makes the moving averages look a little easier to look at. Right here, we're in this channel. Yesterday we kind of breached it. Went over the anchor VWAP from the last FOMC. So really this number is going to mean a lot. It's going to give us direction in the market. So we have 2 minutes. I'm going to put an hourly chart up. And let's see what we do. We're in the supply zone right now in the ES. You can see that right here. So we're in a supply zone here right now, which won't mean nothing once the news pops. We have about 45 seconds to the news pops. So what I'll do, keep it on this futures chart, and I'll flash back to the news. So we'll keep it here. Ten seconds. Here we go. Whoa, big red print. Let's see what the numbers are. Let's see what those numbers are. Hotter. The numbers are hotter than forecasted. So we have core CPI came in month over month expected. Core CPI year over year came above the expected. And CPI year over year, that's the big number. Forecasted 6.2, 6.4. So that is not good for the markets. That drastically changed pretty much everything right now. So, big red bar. It's not super hot, but it's not like under. It's not even in line. So, the market really has to digest this now. Really has to digest this. Now catching a bid. Very interesting.
Crude 5-day. Crude supply.
It's going to be very interesting with these moves. This could be a trap. Now, the one thing to note is with this data,
Trade alert.
with this data, if you look at the previous, okay, if you look at the previous 6.5, we still came down 0.1%, but we were over expectations. We still came down core CPI 0.1, but we just didn't hit expectations. So let's see what the market can do here. Now we got wicks, and you got wicks from the top, right? I would say overall, this is not super bullish, nor is it, I would say, super bearish. I just lean towards the bear side of it. Very interesting of what's going to happen here. Of course, we just punched through two supply zones. See, now you're getting like a big doji candle, right? It's going to be a big battle to see, like, okay, this move here is going to trap these people and we're going to just rip lower, or are we going to continue going higher? Have to see. I'm going to get rid of these supply zones here. These are no longer valid, which I didn't. It usually knocks things out. We did dip into this demand zone here, which is also the most traded price of the week. of the rolling week, the last 5 days. Very interesting. You could take a look at the Nasdaq too. Let's see what the Nasdaq's doing. Nasdaq whipped into the supply zone up here, found sellers. Now the Nasdaq, you can see we've been in this channel, hitting the top of this channel, right? So if we're going to go with the way the market's been moving, we maybe, if this does start to turn down, start to go down and test this side of the channel. We'll have to see though. It's a little bit of a battle right now. What it's really shown is inflation sticky. That's really what it's shown. Inflation is very sticky. And crude, if this can start to break above the 80s, that's part of energy, and that could turn the CPI back up. I just saw China came out with their demand for the 2023, something like 500,000 barrels per day, I believe, for demand. So look at that doji candle on the Nasdaq. Jeez. People don't know what to do with this number right now. Algorithms kicked in, but now look, we're right here. What at the doji? That's a huge doji candle. Wow. Alright, starting to turn a little red. Now remember, this whole move right here is CPI. I mean, we could even look at it on a smaller time frame.
Current year VPOC.
Let's look at it on a 15-minute. Yep.
Current year VPOC.
Starting to turn red now. And the hourly candle, let's see what we're back to. Yep. And just for everybody to know, this now has changed yesterday. 125.30 is the most traded price of 2023. You can see the volume right here. You can see the number right here, which also lines up with the most traded price of the week. It's just a big area we've been trading in this whole year. It's the most traded price of the year so far. And we're right there right now. Okay. I could even zoom out. 8-hour timeline. So every candle will be 8 hours to show you the scope. So right here, the green on the side, this profile, is this year. It's the whole year's profile. And now right here you can see this most volume is right here. And look where we're at. Right there. We're right on the most traded price of this year. This down here is that, 117.04 is the most traded price of the rolling year. So from a year ago today, this is the most traded price. So that's your profile, this green for the year. And you can see what we've done for this year. Literally trending up, right? So in structure wise, you'd probably want to see us take out
Yes, demand.
these lows, right? To do anything to start to come down if we're going to come down. That's this the NASDAQ, okay? So let's go back to the hourly candles. And I can show you the ES. The ES didn't move its most traded price. But I'll show you that too. Put it on an 8-hour candle. Starting to turn more red now. Alright, so now you can see this is the profile for the year for the ES. Okay, most traded price is right here, 40.15. That's the most traded price of this year. The most traded price of the rolling year, which is a year ago today, is 33.90. They're kind of together, right? That's why I feel if we are to make a move lower, that's probably where we're going to go, somewhere in here, and then that is the tipping point if we're going to go lower. Okay. This bar right here is FOMC. Okay. We also could do a profile from the FOMC to see what the profile looks like there. Very balanced since FOMC. So we got 41 right here. This is the most traded price since the FOMC. 41, what is that? 41.57, right? So very balanced since FOMC. And the beauty about profile is like whatever there's a chasm, a divot, which is right here, that means that there's, see, there's support and resistance here. It gives you it. Profile gives it to you right away, just like up here, right? This little chasm. It's pretty cool. Just really quickly can see stuff. So we're balanced from FOMC, right? And look where we're at. We're right in the middle of this profile.
Current year.
This is really telling, right?
NQ 20 day.
This is really, really telling.
5 day. Current year VPOC.
All right, this is very indecisive. Let's go back to the hourly. I mean, if we take out this low right here, 41.31, I mean, I can see us definitely moving down. Stocks are moving around like nuts. All right. I am going to bring you guys over to market profile. Let's look at some structure. Actually, we'll look at the daily really quickly. It's not going to tell us much right now, but I'll just look at it real quickly. All right. So where's the SPY right now? 412. Right here. about right at yesterday's, a little below yesterday's highs. Now, I changed these candles to show the moving average is a little easier. I hope that makes it easier to see a little bit. If not, I'll change it back if it doesn't look right. Just thought this looks a little easier to see moving averages in the anchored VWAPs. Okay, let's look at the Qs. Qs kind of kept this downtrend. Qs weren't didn't break structure as much. And look, anchored VWAP from the FOMC kind of held the resistance here. Get rid of this. All right, so that's the Qs. Okay, and let's look at that triple-headed monster. Let's see here. All right, so look what happened here. Went down, now caught a bid. So TNX was down a little more. Now it's a doji. But you break above this 100-day moving average, there's also this resistance here at the 3.75. Boy, you can go right up to 3.92. So you got to really keep an eye on that. Okay. Now the VIX. All right, look, we went down. Looks like we had some excess put in. I'm right at 19.46. So if we go over 20, cause for concern. Over 22, definitely cause for concern. This is really a battle right now. There's not, people don't know what to do with this number. The dollar went down a little bit, right? So we're at 102.90. I say we get rid of this level. I mean, put it here. 103.90, I would say now. This resistance, got to break it, go up to 1464. It's really interesting how this is going to turn out. All right, let's go over to the market profile. Couple things to note. I'm going to bring you guys to the RTH profile first and what we did yesterday. Okay, and a couple key things happened yesterday. I thought we were going to get a fade off the open and pop down a little bit. That didn't really come to fruition. Market caught a bid, had a lot of struggles, but then eventually went higher. And the Nasdaq was weaker yesterday than the ES. So what happened? I said yesterday, if we were to go over this most traded price of the week, that'd be bullish. Well, we made it over it, and we went above it. Now, CPI was coming out today, so I mean, that could be all for nothing, right? Because this technicals don't matter when a big news catalyst comes out like today. But this did happen yesterday. Okay, that did happen yesterday. And now looking at our profile right now, what do we have going here, right? Now interesting, the most traded price of the month is now up here in the 24-hour session. That's 41.55. Okay, that's 24-hour session, most traded price of the month. That's rolling, just to make them. That's a rolling period. That's a rolling 30 days. That's not this month. It's the rolling month. Another chart I have shows you this month and this week. Okay, I'm going to show you that too. So look at that. Now this is the highs of this move. And it's no mystery that we're right here. It's so interesting that we're right here at the 24-hour most traded price of the month. Market doesn't really know what to do yet. really sold off from here. I mean, if we take this high out, I mean, that's pretty significant because it's pretty much the bracket highs. Okay. That would be very significant if we take these highs out. That would probably push the market a lot higher today. So we have yesterday's low, yesterday's high, right? The CPI move is here. We're gapping higher right now. Okay, but this is so indecisive. What's gonna happen? It hasn't picked what it's gonna what like it hasn't shown any hand yet on what this move is gonna do. So today, because that is so big, you can't go into this macro or micro movements. Okay, what I do see jumps right off the bat at me, and what will be concentrated for me to see if I'm short or if I'm long will be this. Okay, this is the most traded price of the week. Okay, this is very important. We want to talk about confluence, right? That's one thing I like to have levels stacked on top of each other. Okay, so this is a lot of levels stacked on top of each other. And I'm going to point each one out. This is the ES. You have monthly VWAP at 41.32. That's right here. We have the most traded price of yesterday. Okay, we have a demand zone. We have the most traded price of the week. We have the 9 daily EMA. It's all right here. We have overnight low. How many do I have? How many more do I have to mention, right? So, needless to say, this area needs to hold in order for this market to take that next leg higher. Okay. So, what I'm going to have to look for today is if we can come down here, and like I said, this is just a tipping point. If we can hold around here, up here, now we're coming back into range. Okay. So if we hold it, we're most likely probably going to go higher. If we come down and we break it and hold, start building acceptance below, we're probably going to go down and test yesterday's lows in this demand zone. Okay, it's very clear. Now, just going off of most traded prices, this is why I say we need to watch. This is the psychology, not the psychology. This is just why these are important. Okay, so if this the most traded price of yesterday, right? And it's the most traded price of the week. You have a lot of people that have done business here, and we closed here at the highs. Okay, so anybody who was long yesterday is in good shape. So the bulk of people who did business traded this price yesterday, and they're long. Okay, even in the last week, everybody traded this price. Now, if you come down, this is going to be the short trade. Break this. Okay, now all majority of longs are underwater. If you try to come back and you get resistance, we're going down here. Okay, now these are single prints right here from yesterday. There's not a lot of volume. You see this? That is not a lot of volume. That is not a lot of support. And with volume and people covering their positions and going, uh-oh, this could be a nice short. All right, so you would probably want to target yesterday's lows. And that, what is that, 4100? 4101? Okay. And then you got the most traded price of the week of 24 hours down here, which is 4088. Would be probably your next target, along with a naked VPOC right here. Okay, that's the bearish play. Now we talking bullish. You also want to keep in mind this area, because this area, if we come down here, and we can do one thing, we can come down here, bounce right off it, you got to go long. We could come down here, you can go through it and not find acceptance, come right back, you got to go long. So that area, if you want to give me the middle price of that, it's 4135. 4135 is the tipping point for this market. For me, all eyes on that level. That's going to determine what we do. All right, this market still has not made its mind up. All right, let's move over to the NASDAQ, and let's look at the NASDAQ. Just real-time trading hours, okay? Look what happened. Can't make this up, right? Most traded price of the month, the most traded price of the week, the most traded price of this year is here. That's where the market stopped in the NASDAQ. Why do I use these levels? Now you can see, right? All three confluence. Most traded price of this year, most traded price of the rolling week, most traded price of the rolling month is right there. That level, 125.50. Okay. Very, very important level. That is the level to be above or below, to be a bear, to be a bull in the NASDAQ. Okay. Where are we in now? In the overnight. Let's see. Very shocking. We are where? Right here, where I just pointed out. Price is right here at 125.41. Is that a surprise to me? No. Think about what I said. This price in this area is the most traded price of the last 5 days, the last 30 days, and the year. These are where all the longs and all the shorts have done business. It's the most fairest business. Now we're starting to dip below it. Okay, prices just went through it as I'm speaking. This is no bueno for longs. If this holds and we start to develop and accept prices under here, and one attempt goes higher and it gets caught, you know what's going to happen. Okay, so little review before I have to go here. I'm going to give you the same thing. My plan is very easy. This level is everything in the NASDAQ. 125.50, this area. Okay, what do we have there? Most traded price of yesterday, most traded price of the week, most traded price of the month, most traded price of this year. Okay, you can't get any more of a point level, in my opinion. What do we have to see? If we go behind this level, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, we have monthly VWAP here as well at 125.45. We are going to take out first the overnight lows, go to yesterday's lows. We have single prints here as well. Not a lot of volume. And then you test this demand zone. Next is a naked VPOC. All right. This is just a very congested area, hence why the price is struggling here. Now, if we open, push up, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, you got to go long. That's a long. You have supply zone here. You have the high of the overnight here, might be your first target. Okay. We could even do this. Like I said in the ES, come down, come through it. But if we don't hold and accept and we reverse, make for a bounce, you're alone. Okay. That's it for me today. I think my plan's pretty clear. Hope everybody, it makes sense to even whoever's watching. All right. Now I'll leave you one last chart. This is just real quick. I love it to look at it because it shows me monthly profiles, weekly profiles, 4-hour candles. On the right, you got the white profile, that's this year's profile, and you got the reheat map, that's the last rolling years profile. Okay. This is the ES, right? The ES is at 41.49. It's right here. And I just want to give you guys another way to look at it. Each white is a most traded price of the week. Each pink is a most traded price of the month. Just to give you an example, if you really quickly want to see it this way, you got pink and white right here. Go below this, we're going to go down to here. And then eventually go down to the most traded price of the week, the most traded price of the rolling year. That's the ES, okay? I just want to drive this point home. And we got our good old NASDAQ. I told you. It's just talk about earlier, right? I said the most traded price of the year, you can see it right here, of this year, right here. And guess what? Price is right here. But check this out. It's not only, that's what I was telling you before, this is this price of this year. Look at this month's profile right here, this outline, right? That's the most traded price of this month. Check out last week. It was the most traded price of the last week. That's why this level is so important. Okay, that's why the level is so important. So if we break this, I definitely think we can make a move down to hit this node down here, which is also the most traded price of a couple weeks ago. And then we can make our way down to the most traded price of the rolling year.
Current year VPOC.
Obviously, if we make a move higher, you're probably looking at this node here. What is that price? That price is 131.14. Okay. So we to wait and see because the market still hasn't decided. Probably until maybe even market open. I don't know. That's it for me. All right. That's my plan. Give me a comment, like, or subscribe, or any questions. Okay. If you haven't guessed it, I love using volume profile, market profile. Thanks, Colby. I'm hoping it makes sense. Okay. Those levels are so key. Okay. So, wish everybody luck today. Stay green. Be patient. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Be patient. Let that market give us the information that I said to go below those levels or hold those levels or reverse through those levels. It's a big tell what the market's going to do. All right, it's a big tell. So I will probably do an update video today because I want to see what's going to go under the hood when the market opens. All right, I know today's was a little longer of a video. Um, However, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning and to recap what happened today. But I definitely will have my eyes open and on those levels. All right, I'll see you guys.